2009. We're the longest running business podcast here in Orange County, California. It's never too late to follow your passion and pursue your dreams. The hustle and bustle of life can often get in the way of your inner passion and dreams for your career. That's why B.Toffee is here today, a returning guest. I'm so excited to have Betsy Thagard on the show. She's the founder of B.Toffee. You know, she and her company paved the way for women to build something in the second chapter of their life after we've had the kids and raised them and moving on to living life. Betsy, welcome back to Critical Mass Radio Show and Podcast.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here with you.
Right. I was looking and we were talking before the show started. It was 8 years ago when you were on the show the last time. It was August of 2011, excuse me. So I'm really curious. What's changed in the time since you were on the show the last time?
Wow. A lot.
You're still here.
You're still
growing
here.
The brand.
Yep. We just actually celebrated our 10-year anniversary this last month. Thank you.
Congratulations. That's not easy.
Pretty
to do,
amazing.
Right?
Yes. We've grown into a larger facility. That's my own, and have
Really?
about 15 employees that work for me now. 15 little chefs that are working away, and just so proud of the fact that I can now say that we're working with Williams-Sonoma and Bristol Farms and Whole Foods and so many great corporate companies, and it's been a lot of fun.
Because if I remember correctly, in 2011, one of the things that we talked about on the show was you were moving to a commercial kitchen, and the challenge of finding a commercial kitchen that was clean and ready to make toffee instead of other food products was a challenge for you. And now your own facility, 15 employees, this is fantastic progress that you've made.
You're bringing back some memories. I was sharing a kitchen with some chefs and making my toffee in between someone roasting peppers and cooking grilled onions, and thinking,
Wow.
oh my gosh, my toffee's going to taste like that this time.
Right.
Pretty amazing.
In full disclosure, you've ruined me because my palate it just became accustomed to your toffee. It is truly remarkable.
Well, thank you. I'm glad that I brought you some.
So am I. It was unexpected. I didn't expect it, but I certainly will cherish it. Thank you. It won't last long. So let's talk a little bit about the brand. For those that may not know your backstory, just real kind of, how did you get to where you are now? What's the evolution of B.Toffee?
Well, I believe that, my design background, I wanted to create something that had a sleek, sophisticated look to it that would draw the customer to it. And we were very excited to have gotten the top gold honors for best packaging and top toffee.
Wow.
From the Taste Awards in San Francisco. And so our packaging, I think, sets us apart from other companies first and foremost, and draws the client to the product. And then, of course, once they taste it, like you
Right.
and others, then they're drawn to it and hooked and continue to want more.
So back in the day, 8 years ago, you were finding shelf space on specialty retailers and supermarkets, and you were using a gifting strategy to kind of, where are you now in moving the brand? You mentioned a little bit earlier kind of some of your partners, but give us a sense for the scale with which you've created this business now.
Well, yes, it was a lot of pounding the pavement, meeting with the local forager at Whole Foods. That process took over, 7-8 months. It's funny when people will say, I'm making this, brownie or cheesecake, and who'd you talk to at Whole Foods? It's not like just making a phone call or sending an email.
Right.
It's a lot of work and determination, but I'm so competitive in that way and wanting to make it happen. And it's exciting to now be working with Williams-Sonoma. We created a peppermint toffee for them for the holidays, and then they carry our milk and dark chocolate throughout the year. Mm-hmm. And to be able to be working with Bristol Farms, the manager at the Newport store, he'll send me pictures of displays showing, here it is on the end cap here, and it's just wonderful to be growing and not only working with so many of these specialty stores, but a lot of corporate Fortune 500 companies as well. We do a lot of great custom work where we'll incorporate company logos and create the design and theme for whether it's a gala or a client appreciation or employee thank you, and so that's always so fun as well.
So who who is driving the top line growth, the new strategic relationships, and the distribution that you've evolved to? Is that your responsibility? Or?
Well, it's myself first and foremost. I think that no one's going to get as excited about your brand as yourself.
Right.
But I can't take all the credit. I do have a great team of people, with my food broker, with salespeople, my in-house staff, from, my incredible assistants to the team that helps the production and running the kitchen. And it's truly a team effort, and I can't take all the credit. It's a B.Toffee team effort. Absolutely.
So we're lucky enough to have had you on the show in 2011 when you were making a significant step up in distribution and volume, and now you've made over the last 8 years an even bigger increase, it sounds like. How hard has it been for you to maintain the quality of the product given the scaling that you've been going through?
It's never ending. We're always taste testing. We're always, product evaluating. There was a time where some of my, newer chefs, weren't completely following the steps from A to B, A to Z. And,
Right.
it's wonderful that I have so many that have worked with me for so long and know what I expect. I'm an easygoing person to work with, but I have very high quality and standards, and I don't ever want anything going out the door that's not just perfect and that everyone's going to be excited about every time that they taste it and try it.
Right, because people, I'm sure, I don't know if you can track this, but I'm sure your sales are not just first-time sales, they're the repeat sales, right? That people taste it, they buy it, they like it, they become a fan of the brand, and they continue to buy it. So if there's a change in the quality of the product or the taste, they're going to be the first to recognize that.
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely. The funny thing is, we'll have corporate clients that think, "Oh, I need to do something different this year. I can't do toffee again. We did that last year."
Uh-huh.
And they'll do something else, and then it's so funny because they'll hear from their clients, "That was really nice of you to gift us those brownies, but can we have that toffee again? That B.Toffee was just the best."
Mm-hmm.
And so now I've got so many that will just say it's a go-to. That's what we're going to gift everybody every year.
Right. Is there a seasonality to your business? I mean,
We're definitely busiest fourth quarter, but
Okay.
our specialty stores and hotels and resorts carry it year round, and we have a lot of our corporate companies that will gift it every month, whether it's like a standing order where they'll say, "I have a certain amount of gifts I need to send out for a birthday or an anniversary thank you," or something like that. And one of the things that we're really proud of is we get inundated with requests for donations all the time. So
Sure.
we created a Bee Giving initiative where we donate a portion of sales to a philanthropy or charity of choice, whether and try to switch it up. Most recently, it's been with the Alzheimer's Association because they're near and dear to my heart. But we work a lot with CASA, Ronald McDonald House, and so many. And so I think a lot of corporate companies especially like to be giving back as well. They know that they're not only gifting a great gift of B.Toffee, but also giving back to the community, which is so important and so fulfilling to me
Right.
as a company and owner.
So is this where you expected to be at this time 10 years in when you decided to take a recipe that people loved and turn it into a business?
No, not when I started, I thought I don't want this to just be a hobby, but I had no idea that I would grow like I have and to actually be on the phone, chatting with Williams Sonoma or Bristol Farms and be on texting with some of these people and looking around at my commercial kitchen and seeing the hustle and bustle of all the chefs and thinking, "Oh my gosh, this is all mine, and all
Right.
the these people work for me." And
That's a responsibility, isn't it?
it's a very big responsibility, and I think that's part of what drives me as well, because I want everybody to be taken care of and to be able to pay their rent and pay their expenses and things. And it's a lot of work and a lot of pressure, but
Right.
but so fulfilling. And like you were saying, to have it happen after my kids went away to college, and it's never too late to aspire and go after something that you're interested in and feel you can do.
Right, because you're creating work for people, but you're carrying now a bigger payroll, you're carrying a bigger burden of expenses, and so you almost have to keep putting the energy into the business to keep scaling it, don't
That's
you?
so true.
It's
All those fun bills, the rent and insurance
big numbers there,
and
right?
taxes
Right.
and yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it's a little
yes.
different than it's you and your car with a recipe that you know people are going to love and chase this. Now you have a whole team behind you, but that carries its own responsibility. How much of finding these channels, because you're in different sectors, as you talk, I hear you're working with major chains and getting your brand there. You're working with corporations and the gifting strategy. You're working with hotels. I mean, was this all sort of you figuring it out, or how did you decide that's the way to grow the company, was through this multi-channeled approach?
Well, it was because I love variety. I love creating, and yes, it's fabulous to see the product on the store shelves, but the creative side of things with the custom designs and being able to give back and all of that happens more on the corporate end of things. And then of course working with event planners and doing weddings and getting to create things for weddings and engagement parties and rehearsal dinners and things like that is always so much fun as well.
So you're a manufacturer,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And I just had Dr. Mirafarka on, and we were talking about kind of the manufacturing sector. But people don't realize that this, I mean, you need inputs, you need raw materials, and you have a process, and then you have a finished product, don't you?
Absolutely.
Are you
Yep.
are you ever challenged by the inputs? In other words, getting the right ingredients, or is that not been a challenge for you as you've scaled your business?
Oh no, there've definitely been challenges with that. We can definitely tell if a butter distributor has changed a little something with the quality.
Right.
And I've trained my staff well enough to see that right away. And so that's why we do only use the highest quality ingredients from the butters and sugars and Calibo and Guittard chocolates and roasted pecans versus almonds. And
That all sounds so good, though.
yes.
And
Are
my
you
mouth
ready
is
to
watering just as
pop
you
one of
describe
these
it.
cans, one of these. Yes, pretty
Yes,
soon.
yes. I love having entrepreneurs, I've said this for years, who have a product where you can say, here, taste this. If you like it, you're a customer, and if you don't, I know, and I'll go on, right? So, and when you have a product like yours, with I think a very high percentage of people put it in their mouth, fall in love with the product. That's must be such a rewarding experience
It's very
for you,
fulfilling.
right?
Yes, very fulfilling. It's funny because I've even got people that will say, no, I don't really like toffee. And I'll say, well, you haven't had toffee if you haven't tried B.Toffee. And then they'll try it. And in fact, one of my very first accounts, the head chef said, no, I don't really like toffee, and his assistant pushed him, and he ended up eating half a canister.
Right.
He said, I guess I just haven't had good toffee before.
That's the way I was. I always thought, well, it's kind of sugary and kind of, I don't like the feeling on my teeth. And then when I had yours with the buttery kind of very smooth flavor that it has, it's like, now I guess I'm a toffee snob. Because if it's not yours, then I know I'm probably not going to like it because it doesn't have whatever your formula, your recipe has.
Well,
So-
thank you very
No,
much.
thank you.
I like you being a B.Toffee snob.
Well, I am. And I was excited when I found out that you were celebrating your 10-year anniversary. What advice would you give other people who are in the second chapter of their career, where you were when you decided, hey, what next for me as a person, not just an entrepreneur?
Well, there's the saying that everybody hears to go after something that you're passionate about and that you have a love for. And I am so fortunate because I get to do a few different things, from my design background to my culinary background to my love of working with people and sales and all of that. So it's been wonderful to be able to incorporate all of that. And and like I said, I couldn't do it without the support that I've got, from my friends and family and advisors and my great team of people that have a great respect for me, not only me as a person, but as a company, and take great pride in every package going out the door.
Right, because I would assume at this point, after 10 years, not only are you seen as an entrepreneur and a women business leader, etc., but you've created a brand now that sort of is a part of you, but it stands apart from you as well, right? B.Toffee isn't just you. It's now you plus all that you've built over the past decade.
Yes, yes. Although I just got called this morning on a phone call, you're the B.Toffee lady. So I will answer to that.
Yeah, right.
Yes,
So,
yes.
a few minutes we have left here. What's the future hold for you and B.Toffee, Betsy?
The future holds continuing to grow the brand, continuing to grow the market reach, seeing it in more stores. We're trickling throughout the United States, but I would love to see it in more markets in a stronger stronger demographic, and to possibly collaborate with another company that maybe does candy or confections to help us grow the manufacturing side to even grow that more.
Right, because do you see another 10 years in you to do this? I mean, what's your appetite?
I'm not sure. I do say once in a while, when I retire, I'm going to do this or that. But as far as the time that will be, I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
I'm really having so much fun, and I love sharing it with people, and continuing to go after spots that I never imagined I could be in, but I'll take a different store, and I'll take a different corporate company. I'll drive by a spot, like I was just at Edwards Life Sciences, and they're
That's
now a
big name.
client.
Wow.
And so I don't know if I'll ever completely be finished. That's why I maybe sometimes think it'd be fun to collaborate with someone else, and
Right.
and then I can do the more of that,
Right.
and so we'll see.
Do you think you've created a legacy brand that will be in the market long past when you're personally involved with it?
I hope so.
That's the goal?
I hope so.
Okay.
Yes.
And by
yes.
building and hiring people and creating a culture and hopefully finding an heir apparent if that's the strategy or whatever you might do, right? You could create something that could be here for generations.
Let's hope so. Yes. Yes.
Okay. And you did it as a chapter 2 in your life.
Yes.
So your message earlier was it's never too late.
It's never too late. It's never too late to go after something that you're passionate about. Make sure that you definitely have the balance, to be able to give it your all, but then also take the time to spend time with family, and to have your personal time to, for your sanity,
Right.
and all of that too, like every business owner, I think,
Right, 'cause
believes.
Probably the
or
kids have gotten
knows.
through college, or now on your side, you probably, I mean, I don't know where your family is as far as having a family of their own and raising grandchildren or any of that.
Not quite
Okay.
yet. Our son
Okay.
did just get engaged, though, so that's very
Oh,
exciting.
well, that is
yes,
exciting.
yes, and it's wonderful. They're both close, so we do. My husband and I do get to spend a lot of time with them as well, and
That is a blessing.
and it's wonderful that they're so proud of where B.Toffee's come.
The
and-
lesson you taught them.
yes, yes, yes.
I think that's being proud of you, but also recognizing there's always a challenge and it's never too late.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So for those moms out there that are maybe a little frustrated right now with their kids younger and changing diapers and doing all of that, I was there. And, not that I look forward to that now with my grandbabies
course.
coming
Oh,
one of these days,
yes.
but that it's never too late to do something for yourself, and that you can be proud of. And, I love the fact that I can come home and I've got something exciting to talk about with my husband, and not just hound him as to what, has been going on in his day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun, and hoping that it continues to grow. Well, I will make it continue to grow.
I have no doubt, Betsy. So if someone would like to learn more about B.Toffee, how do they find your brand online?
Our website's btoffee.com, and then we've got a great Instagram following, B.Toffee, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest. There's a lot of inspiration there for corporate gifting and wedding favors and things like that. And you can purchase our product on our website, and we ship throughout the U.S. And so it's all over the place.
Thank you. And I highly recommend you give it a shot and give it a taste. And hopefully you too will fall in love with the brand. Thank you for being a friend of the program, coming back. I can't
Thank
wait to have you
you.
back on maybe for your 15th anniversary. And
Yes,
then 20,
yes.
we'll do this again, maybe.
Well, it's pretty crazy to think when I saw you last, how much has happened.
Right?
It's pretty just
It's
incredible.
awesome.
Incredible.
So happy for you.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for being a friend of the program.
I love it. Thank you.
All right. And also we'll thank our engineer, Mr. Paul Roberts, and my 3 producers without whom I could not do this show each week, Joan Park, Crystal Nunley, and our newest producer who's here in the studio, Vanessa Holland. She's also our social media producer. If you'd like to connect with me, let's do it on LinkedIn. I'm Richard Franzi, Franzi. And until our next show, hope all of your business decisions will move your company in the right direction.